Hi, I'm Christina, and this is going to be my October TBR. So I'm planning to read about 7 or 8 books in the month of October, which is very ambitious for me. I barely even got through my September TBR, but we're just going to go with it. So as October is the month of Halloween, I am going to focus on reading some dark psychological thrillers and some horror books. So horror is a genre which is very new to me. There are so many out there that I could read, and I have requested about half a dozen or so from my library, and I focused on new releases, so those released in 2021 and 2022. So I'm going to read whichever 2 or 3 of those come into my library first. So it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for me which ones I end up reading, and obviously a surprise for you to see which ones I end up reading too. So I'm looking forward to seeing just what comes in first. I'm literally just going to have the first reservations that come in, they're the ones that I'm going to read. So that's the little surprise, and now onto the books that I actually have here in front of me. So as well as reading some newer horror books, I also thought I'd quite like to read a classic horror novel, and I've chosen Perfume, the Story of a Murderer by Patrick Süskind. And this one sounds really intriguing. So this one was originally published in 1985, so it is a kind of more modern classic, and this was originally published in German. So this is about a man who has an incredible sense of smell, and he uses this gift to make perfume. And then one day this passion leads him to a very deadly murder. So I think that sounds really intriguing, really dark, and I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go and just kind of getting into the more kind of dark reads, because I haven't read very much of it this year. So it'll be nice to get back into the thrillers and the horror. I used to absolutely love psychological thrillers. Thrillers are my absolute #1 genre, and that's kind of disappeared over the last couple of years, so it'll be nice to get back into that. So yeah, that's that one. I'm really looking forward to that. So now on to the psychological thrillers, and I just have to say, I'm sorry for the lighting. It's so dark in here. We're literally in the middle of a thunderstorm, so the weather is just dull and dark and grey. But kind of perfect kind of atmosphere for an October TBR, so we're just going to run with it. So the first psychological thriller that I'm hoping to read is Phantom Limb by Lucinda, and I absolutely love the front cover of this. I just love that little bear. It's such an intriguing cover, and it's just absolutely perfect for autumn with the leaves and the rain and the poor little lost teddy. So yeah, I was really intrigued just by the cover of this. But I have to say, I do love Lucinda as a psychological thriller author. I think she's one of my absolute favourite thriller authors. I've read 3 of her books so far, so this will be my 4th novel by her. I've read The Perfect Child, The Best of Friends, and When She Returned, and I've enjoyed all 3 of those. Now, I would say that I rated The Best of Friends most highly. I gave that one 5 stars, and I gave The Perfect Child 4 stars. But in terms of the impactfulness that the book has had on me, that isn't even a word, The Perfect Child definitely has impacted me the most. I still think about that book to this day, even though I've read it a couple of years ago. So yeah, I think I would say that my favourite is The Perfect Child, and then The Best of Friends. And When She Returned, I didn't enjoy it quite as much as the other 2, but I still really enjoyed it. So yeah, that would be my ranking. The Perfect Child, The Best of Friends, and then When She Returned. So very much looking forward to reading another thriller by this author. Now, she actually is an actual psychologist as well. She is a trauma psychologist. So she has so much real world experience, and she just kind of packs all that into her novels, and it just really underpins the narrative, and it just feels so much more realistic, and I really like that aspect to her writing style. And she definitely just excels in the kind of dark psychological thriller genre. I think her books are some of the darkest books that I've ever read and enjoyed. I've read some books that are too dark for me, and I've had to DNF because I didn't enjoy them. People like Karen Slaughter, just a little bit too dark for me. But this is about as dark as I can go in thrillers, and I think she does it really well. So this one is about 2 little girls, and they have an abusive mother, and she locks them in their bedroom. She disappears for days at a time. She drinks far too much. and it's just about their story. So I don't want to know anything else about the plot of this. I like to go into the thrillers knowing as little as possible. But yes, just looking forward to reading some more of Lucinda Berry's work, because like I say, definitely one of my favourite psychological thriller authors. If you've never read anything by her, I would highly recommend that you do. And yeah, I think it's such a brilliant front cover. So that one, very excited to read that one. So my next psychological thriller is Girl A by Abigail Dean. Now I picked this one up secondhand from an Oxfam charity shop for just under £3, and it's a as new hardback, so I thought this was a great bargain, and I've just been really intrigued by this book. I've seen it in lots of places. Now I have to say I have heard some mixed reviews about this. I've heard a few people that didn't enjoy it. But I have heard some people enjoy it too, so probably trying to go into this one with a little bit of lower expectations. But this is about a girl who is known as Girl A because she has escaped a horror in her past. And now her mother has died in prison, and the family home has been left to this girl and her siblings, and she kind of needs to confront the horrors in her past now because of this. So yeah, that's all I know about this one. Again, don't want to know too much going into it, but just, yeah, really looking forward to reading another thriller. Like I say, I don't think I've read a thriller for, like 8 or 9 months that I've actually really got into and really enjoyed. So it will really be nice to get back into this genre. So yeah, I'm not sure about what to make of this one. I've heard so many bad things, but hopefully I will enjoy it more of them. So now I have 2 more books that have absolutely nothing to do with Halloween at all. They are just newer releases that I really, really want to read. So the first of which is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I think this one was published in September, and it's her most recent novel. So this will be my 4th novel by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read Malibu Rising, One True Loves, and I tried to read Maybe in Another Life, but I DNF'd it because I didn't enjoy it. So my 4th novel by her. Malibu Rising, I thought it was absolutely wonderful. That's the first one that I read. That was 5 stars. One of my absolute favourite historical fiction novels of all time. And then One True Loves, again, loved it. Another 5-star read. Really, really enjoyed it. Maybe Another Life, just not my cup of tea, DNF'd it, one of the older ones. So yeah, I'm going into this one with very high expectations, and this one is about a retired tennis player called Carrie Soto, who was first introduced, I think, in the Malibu Rising books. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to getting back into the Taylor Jenkins Reid world. I love the way that she writes. I love her characters, her character development. It's always just such a good fun time with her, and yeah, really, really looking forward to reading this one. So the last book that I have to talk about is The Bullet That Missed by Richard Osman, and this is the 3rd book in the Thursday Murder Club series, and I absolutely love that series. I read the Thursday Murder Club, I think, in 2020. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. It was a 5-star read. It was one of the best mystery novels that I've ever read. It's definitely a kind of cozy mystery. It was just so much fun. I love the characters. It's a group of elderly people living in a retirement home. The characters are just so wonderful, they're so funny. It made me laugh out loud so many times. And yeah, I just felt very connected to them. It was just such a just a fun read that I just really, really enjoyed, and I got a lot out of it. And then I read the second novel, what was it called? The Man Who Died Twice, that's what it was called. I read that one earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it, but not quite as much as the first one. So I gave that one 4 stars, but it was still a really good read. It was so nice to be back in that world, back with those characters. And yeah, it's just a really good, fun series that I really enjoy. And this is, like I said, the 3rd one of this. Now I'm actually going to be buddy reading this one with Kirsten over at Reading Nymph, who I will link down below, so you can go and check her out. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading with Kirsten again. We've done one buddy read before now, so this will be our 2nd one. And we both really, really love this series. I think I introduced this series to her, and I know she really likes it. And she asked if I'd like to read the 3rd one with her, and I absolutely would. And if you are in the UK too, this book is currently half price at WH Smith. So it's just £10 rather than £20, and you do get a free mystery novel with it as well. So I just thought I'd let you know, just in case you live in the UK too, because it was a really good buy, and I think it's nearly £20 most other places. So yeah, very much looking forward to reading this one. I actually have no idea what happens at all. I haven't read the inside cover or the back. I don't want to know. I just want to go into this and just have a great time with it and see what happens. And like I say, very much looking forward to being back with these characters. One of the characters had a little bit of a rough situation in the previous book, so it'd be really nice to get back with the group and just kind of see how everyone is doing. So yeah, that's that one. So these are all the books that I'm planning to read in the month of October, plus a couple of horror novels, which I don't know which ones they will be yet. So yeah, if you've read any of these books, I would love to know your thoughts of them down in the comments below. And if there's any here that you would like to read now, definitely let me know that too. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like the video if you've liked it, and please do subscribe if you'd like to see more of me talking about books and to hear my thoughts on all of these. See you in my next one. Bye.